We're going to go through the hoops of 3 rounds of a draft. Teams most likely to make a draft trade. Chris, you're up.
I mean, is this going to be – I don't know why. I mean, we got this rundown last night, and, I don't really ever think of the draft a whole lot before the show, but kind of just, gave it a quick thought and went, oh, my gosh. I don't know. I have a feeling that we're going to see more action in this draft than we've ever seen before ever. I really feel like it's got a chance for that because of all the teams that got 2 picks, all the teams that don't have any picks, all the teams that have, multiple picks in the first round, and then picks that are high up in the second round to jump back in the first round or do that. So I'll lead off the bat with the Lions. The Lions, yeah. I think the Lions are a team that's going to definitely, have some trades involved in their draft process here. Whether it's trading down out of pick number 2 or trading up from, what was it, pick 32 and 34? I think it's 32 and 34. Yes, I am correct. To get back into the first round, or nonetheless, maybe trade one of those top of the second round picks and go down to the second round. I don't know, but I would think there's some movement there from the Lions.
So you see the potential for action both ways.
I do, definitely. I can see
swinging back in.
Yeah. Right.
They've got the last pick in the round by virtue of the Matthew Stafford trade because the Rams won the Super Bowl and they earned the second overall pick in the draft. It'll be interesting to see what they do. It'll be interesting to see whether or not they think about a quarterback at some point. Maybe one of the ones that slips through the top 10 is lingering through the teens, and maybe there's something they like about a guy that isn't one of the ones, obviously, who's gone, and I could see that. I'm going to go with the Giants first just because I believe that Joe Shane is going to see the value in stockpiling picks and trying to trade down, and to the extent that the Saints are thinking about swooping in front of the Panthers or anyone. I mean, the Giants are the big winners from this presumption that the Panthers are going quarterback at number 6, because if you want to beat the Panthers to the punch, you got to come to number 5, unless you go higher, obviously. But they are the last team before the Panthers. They may be able to get themselves a nice little haul to move out of the 5th overall spot to someone who wants to take away the Panthers. And you got to watch the Falcons at 8. It's as simple as that. What if the Falcons and the Panthers, or what if the Falcons like the guy that they think the Panthers want? What if it's a Kenny Pickett thing? Hey, we think they're taking Pickett. We better get him first. We're going to jump up from 8 to number 5 with the Giants. So the Giants are going to be in a good spot to move down and get more lottery tickets they can scratch off and turn them into great players.
Yeah, I think that's a real thing. I would expect that, really, in a lot of ways. If a team is looking for the quarterback, as far as the Giants being the team, you're going to call first. And, again, I don't have a great feel in totality for the draft yet, but the Giants with pass rusher and tackle, it seems like there's a lot of good ones to where, there might be one there you go, oh, man, we got to have him. But to your point, there might also be one where we go, ooh, we have this guy here, and he's really good, but we're getting a trade offer. And the guy that we have below him is just a smidgen below him in our grading system. Okay, let's trade back 4 spots, and we'll get the other guy, but we'll also collect another first-round pick along the way or whatever. I could see that all the way, Mike, no doubt about it. I'm going to throw the Chiefs in here for fun. I mean, they're on my radar for a trade. I mean, sitting there, pick 29, 30, obviously a need. I mean, man, I don't know. There's a part of me that sits there and goes, oh, if Jamison Williams from Alabama, the guy that is, the speed, oh my gosh, freak player of the draft, hands down. It's not even arguable. He is the best receiver from that department to fly down the field on a slant or a go route. And I could see them trading up a little bit, maybe to get a receiver they like or somebody to round out the team that way. Maybe another position too. I wouldn't be shocked.
You get your Tyreek Hill replacement.
Exactly.
You pay him a hell of a lot less money over the course of the next 5 years than what Hill is going to make. I'm going to go with the Seahawks at number 9.
Yeah.
When you consider where they are right now and their history of trading down, this is a great spot for them, especially if there's a run on quarterbacks in the first 8, because that's going to push better players down. And if there's a guy that some other team is in love with, and I think of Kayvon Thibodeau.
Yeah.
Kind of who really knows what he's going to be. If he slips through the first 8, and maybe he won't, he thinks he should be the first player taken, and I credit anyone who has that kind of confidence. But if for some reason he slips through the first 8, I could see the Seahawks waiting for that team that has to have Thibodeau, that sees all the good, all the positive, isn't troubled by any of the negative, and they jump up to 9, and the Seahawks get more opportunities to try to turn this team around, to try to build it back to what it used to be.
Yeah, I could see that too. And they could be sitting pretty for the quarterback conversation as well. They could be. There could be the point where, we get down to pick number 9. None of the quarterbacks are off the market yet as far as being picked, and now another team kind of jumps up and jumps in there to go, okay, or maybe a team reads the board right and trades down, with the Seahawks. I could certainly see action, to your point.
Teams most likely to make a draft trade, and I agree with Chris. There could be plenty of action when round 1 rolls around. We've got 1 round left in our draft. Chris, who do you got?
I'm going to go with the Jets, Jets. Yes, sir. First off, the Jets, I think it's another really good offseason for them so far. Free agency. I've liked the things they've done. People got to remember with the Jets, a lot of injuries last year on that football team that hurt them. But the Jets, Mike, they got 4 picks in the top 38. So it's hard for me not to think that somewhere there's not action, whether it's a trade down, a trade up, whatever. But I do. I think, again, to piggyback again, with all these teams that got double picks, the teams that are left out of the first round, I think there's going to be, a beauty in the eye of the beholder with some of the pass rushers, the wide receivers, and the offensive tackles, to where it's going to make some go, well, they're all the same, or, we think one's significantly better. I could see the Jets certainly making some trades.
I'm torn on my last one, and maybe they both will make trades. I'm looking at the Ravens at 14 because Eric DeCosta, the GM of the team, just said yesterday how important the draft picks are. That's an opportunity to trade down and get more. But I'm going to say the Packers for my official answer here because they need a receiver.
Right.
And we saw them trade up to get the guy they wanted in Jordan Love a couple of years ago, even though he was a quarterback and still is. But they had 2 of the receivers they really wanted disappear. I think they learned a lesson from that. If there's a receiver they really want and they need one, whoever that guy is, I think they're going to do what they have to do to go get him. They've got the 22nd and 28th pick. They have a huge urgency to get a number 1 receiver now that Devontae Adams is gone. And I could see the Packers doing what they have to do, Chris, to make a move up, to make sure they get the guy they want.
I would agree with that. There's some desperation there, like we've talked about earlier this week, as far as they got to find a guy that they know can help out this year. And if they got to trade, do it.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.